Now let's talk briefly, shall we, about the internet and Alex Jones and what's happened there. People are rallying around Alex Jones. Most of them are saying something like this. I don't like Alex Jones. He's a 9/11, he's a truther. He was a Obama birther. He was a this and a that. I don't really like him. But First Amendment. This has nothing to do with the First Amendment. It's not the government. It's these behemoth left-wing companies that are doing these things. Apple, Facebook, and the rest of them. These behemoth left-wing companies. And there was a really excellent piece at Breitbart which says, well, let's take Facebook as an example. They haven't pulled down Antifa's postings on Facebook. Why is that? Antifa, the violent Marxist organization that seeks the destruction of America, the destruction of capitalism, that has done huge damage to buildings and people and riots, assault and battery left and right. Why are they still up there? Farrakhan, a Jew hater, a white hater, a segregationist, a vile, poisonous man who has decades worth of dripping, vile hate. Why is he still up on Facebook and these other sites? The reason is simple. Because they're liberal. They're Democrat. They don't believe in speech. I'm not talking about the First Amendment. They don't believe in speech. Does it really hurt to have Alex Jones up on YouTube or Facebook or whatever the platform is? Who's it hurting? Who's it hurting? The liberals used to defend the Nazis and the Klansmen marching in Skokie, Illinois, a Jewish community at the time. The ACLU used to lead the fight in court. That was a First Amendment issue. A serious First Amendment issue involving government. Town that didn't want the Nazis marching. But now, you see, Farrakhan's in, Antifa's in, Jones is out. Certain statues are in, certain statues are out. Certain speeches on college campuses are in, certain speeches are out. You can be the most loathsome leftist, no matter what you say, and you can wind up on MSNBC like Joy Reid. Or you can wind up on the editorial board of the New York Times saying hateful, curse-filled things about groups of people, especially white people, especially white men. And nothing will be done. In fact, you'll get a promotion. Farrakhan says the most outrageous thing about Jewish people. And Facebook doesn't care. Zuckerberg is a Jew, as I am. Or Zuckerberg. He'll put up with it. New York Times during the Holocaust, owned by Jews. Gotta hide the Holocaust. It's incredible. It's disgusting to me, especially as a Jew. Happens the same with liberal Catholics, liberal Protestants, and so forth and so on. I'm just pointing this out here. So Alex Jones is a great threat. This is a guy I've never heard before. I know who he is, obviously. But he's a grave threat. Farrakhan, not so much. Antifa, not so much. Communist Party USA, not so much. Democratic Socialists, we celebrate. Black Lives Matter, we celebrate. But Alex Jones has to go. My wife says to me, why don't our wealthy conservatives get together and create the equivalent of Facebook or the equivalent of a Twitter? And I told her why. Because they don't have the guts to do it. That's why. All talk, no action. That's why. The left has Soros, Steyer, one after another. They line up, they talk about the top 1%. And, of course, most of the top 1%, believe it or not, most of these billionaires, look at the Forbes 400, are liberals. Many of them have inherited their money. Not all. Buffett, Gates, Bezos. What about the Kochs? You can point to some, but the majority of them are them, leftists. We're all supposed to hate corporations, you know. Really? Well, who owns the Washington Post? Amazon, effectively. New York Times is a corporation. NBC, ABC, CBS, they're all corporations. CNN's a corporation. MSNBC, that's a corporation. Corporatists, liberals, boards of directors. The vast majority of them are not made up of conservatives. The vast majority of corporations are not run by conservatives. These are bureaucrats who work their way up a bureaucratic system. Bureaucrats. Not all, but most. If corporations are so conservative, then why do we have NBC the way we have NBC and ABC and CBS? Right? Right. Or CNN? Why does CNN exist? I've asked this question before. They have no ratings. They try to be MSNBC. Most of their hosts really are low IQ. Why does CNN exist? Why? Because the corporate board wants them to keep pushing their propaganda. That's why. Why else? There's no other reason for CNN.